Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
I didn't even play the theme tune, but it's all right. I'm losing
No,
it.
we heard it, we heard it, we heard it.
No, we heard it.
I didn't hear anything, but
That was
Next
the
time.
countdown. I didn't even play the theme tune, but it's all right. I'm losing
No,
it.
we heard it, we heard it, we heard it.
No, we heard it.
Oh, I just realised what was happening. Something else was playing. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right, so we are back in my queendom, and I've invited 3 of my lovely friends to share it with me. And we will be talking to greetings, anyone who's joining us and anyone who watches the replay, which I'm sure you will. So these are 3 good friends of mine. Sorry, I'm still putting in earrings because it keeps dropping out. And we're going to be talking about breakups and exes and all that good stuff. You know, people are fast to hear about this kind of stuff. So I think it will be quite interesting. Let's start with Carli. Carli, can you introduce yourself?
I guess I'm Shah's side chick. That's what I called myself. I am a EA / graphic designer / what was it, Shah? High heel specialist.
High heel specialist, yeah. Yeah. I just prefer that name because, yeah,
I've got a lot of them.
Never heel. The foot could be broken, but she'll find a way to wear it. Yeah,
every time.
Jimmy, would you like to introduce yourself to the peoples?
I'm Jimmy. What do? I'm a, like Carli, graphic designer, AV technician, also creative director of Glassmates, which is a drinks channel where we speak about drinking better. So throw away the Ciroc and drink something better is basically our mindset. So, yeah, professional alcoholic. So
Professional alcoholic.
Got myself a drink as well.
Oh yeah, I put whiskey connoisseur on your.
She did.
I do love whiskey, so yeah, that makes sense.
Probably the one drink I don't like, but
We'll change that.
Drink rum. Do you not do rum? No.
Yeah, rum. All spirits. All spirits apart from gin.
Okay.
Gin tastes like old ladies.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I've never tasted gin.
I don't like gin.
Don't start now.
It's actually nice. It's actually nice.
My palate isn't attuned to gin. I find it a bit bitter, but I'm not really a big alcohol drinker anyway. So there we go.
Yeah, you're in the best world, there, man.
Shach, can you introduce?
Yes, I'm Shach, aka Me Shach. Most people know me as Me Shach. Singer, entertainer, after dark show host, and also painter.
After dark, I've been in a couple of those.
Me too.
Oh, you've been through? Oh wow, I did not know.
Indeed.
What's happening after certain hours? Okay.
I know. I'm so busy. Sometimes I don't see who's coming in the room, but you know, it's live. So
yeah, I made the mistake. Well, I wouldn't say it was a mistake. I made a mistake of going live with you one time, thinking that I can join in the game, all the questions, and as soon as I go live on Instagram, my followers will see that I'm live, and I've got all sorts of people. So when I'm seeing certain people come up, I'm like, I can't answer these questions.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We've had that. I've had people come live and their brothers and sisters have come and be like, oh, what's going on? And they're like, exit stage left. So they can't stay on things. But it's
fun though. It's fun. It's fun.
I get it.
So we're going to get into it. I've got a few questions. Got a few questions and a few statements that I saw in a blog because I like to do a little research to see what the general views are online. And I found this blog that was like, you know, when you get magazines like how to get your man or how to, you know, I'm like, how can one person tell you how to do things? But anyway, this one was saying how to break up gracefully. So I took some of the statements or some of the, I don't know, they gave a list of how to break up with people. And we'll go through the statements and then I just want to find out whether you agree, whether you've done it, whether, you know what I mean, whether it's etc. And anyone that's watching, please do comment and ask questions if you have any. So I'll go in with the first question. What is the pettiest reason you've ended a relationship or stopped dating someone? I have my tea. So.
Personally, I can't think of a petty situation, but I'm intrigued to see what else is being said in the room. Anyone?
I'm the same though.
You probably wouldn't think it was petty though.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not a petty person.
Yeah.
But I'm sure to the other person, some of those breakups have felt petty.
Okay, how have you been broken up with, and what? And have you been broken up for a petty reason? Someone broken up with you
for a petty reason? No, it's usually they cheated.
Really. I think when I was very, very young, I say very young, there was a discrepancy between myself and the lady in terms of she didn't like my dress sense, and she wanted me to dress a certain way. So she wanted me to be more road, and I was quite prim and proper.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. So I was like, I used to wear a lot of suits and like smart cash, and that was the kind of person I was. And she was more into like Avrex and cap, and do you know what I mean? And that wasn't me.
No.
So she was like,
yeah, she needed to go anyway.
Yeah.
It was a bit.
I think.
So to me, that's petty, but young, innit?
That is okay. Yeah, that's not a massive reason because actually no, because you're not the same, are you? You don't go together. You're not fit.
Yeah, she's yeah.
This wasn't fit. I've kind of dated somebody kind of thing, and I was really annoyed. I clearly didn't like him that much, but he used to always say, he used to address me as dear.
Oh. That sounds kind of.
It was just so. It was just to grate my skin. Cool. Like, just okay, dear. What? No, I couldn't deal.
I mean, I have dated a guy, and when he used to like try and give me sexy talk, he used to use fruits a lot, and it was weird. It was really weird.
Wait.
Yeah.
Really example.
Oh, let me go in my text messages with him.
Oh wow!
Wait, I would say it was last week.
I got evidence. I'm sure I got evidence.
This isn't even long ago. If it's still in the same phone,
it's still in there.
You know, Apple can do that now, so it's fine.
Oh, you could just do the chat search.
Apple can do that. Apple could do that now.
Go back what, a decade or a week?
I want to know what she's typing. What the search term is.
The name. I think
the name.
Yeah, he just used to talk a lot about fruits and
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to like. We were talking about vajay, for instance. He would call it a strawberry or something, and I just be like,
okay,
this is really weird.
Oh wow, that is like
it was all weird.
It's a family show, or like because I
one of them was like, can I touch your aubergines and those kind of things.
It's all like. I stopped talking to him.
Yeah, well, let me see those melons or.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hear that.
Weird. See, I feel bad now because I'm now remembering. So
I'm glad that I could help jog your memory.
One of the pettiest reasons I ever broke up with a girl was her use of the your. It used to wind me up. Like reading text messages and having to correct someone constantly on their poor use of common diction.
Yeah.
To wind me up constantly, and there's a list of them. I broke up with someone because I didn't like her laugh.
That's not nice.
Well, it's all coming out now, isn't it?
Did you tell her? Did you tell her?
No, you can't tell someone your laugh's horrible.
But what
was the reason?
I found another reason. Found something else. Just waiting for something else, and I was like, right, that's it. I'm gone.
It's not me.
I was under the age of 30.
You was under the age of 30.
Yeah, under the age of 30 is acceptable. And then I broke up with someone else because this wasn't the reason, but this was the straw that let the camel fall. Whose house is getting broken into?
I don't know. Even I was just looking like, what is happening? I don't know.
I live in a nice area now. It's not me.
It's not mine. Even though my name fight all the time, but.
I broke up with someone because they didn't understand the dictionary terminology of ignorant. So we were having a discussion about something. She wasn't getting it. It was winding me up. And I said to her, you know what? It's cool. You don't get it because you're ignorant to it. Don't call me ignorant. Well, you know what? You're a dunce. Don't bother calling me no more. Just go.
Oh, well, that escalated quickly.
That escalated.
That, like I said, that was a knock-on effect of many other things. Like, we went into my local chip shop one time, and she was rude to the man in the chip shop. I was like, don't do that. Like, show some respect for the man. Like, he's in here. I have to see him pretty much like 2-3 times a week. He's cool with me. He's just here doing a job. There's no need for you to be rude to him. And she didn't get it. Like, our thoughts weren't aligned on how you treat people generally. So when the ignorant thing come up, I was like, you know what? You are actually both terms of of ignorant. Ignorant in the colloquial term, and ignorant in the Oxford Dictionary term. So she had to go, and my life has been much better since.
Well then.
Yeah. I answered your question, Shah.
Basically.
It sure is. And there was me thinking I was the only one who had an answer, and then they all came flooded out.
Nah, Shah, you know me and you have been as bad as each other. So
to be honest, I don't really want to level up with you because
that's what I was gonna say. Like, what?
No.
But you've told me some of your reasons in the past, and I've been like, okay.
Yeah, but I was young.
Because sometimes
moving on swiftly.
Okay, here's another one that's kind of related. Has money ever been a reason for your breakup?
Yes.
Not for me. Ooh. Talk the things.
Earned more than them, and they can't manage.
Oh, did they struggle with that? Because I heard that a lot.
That is my house, but I don't know what it is. Somebody's outside
DIY,
banging.
probably.
I don't know. Yeah, they struggled with me earning more than them.
Wow.
I hear a lot of that, actually.
Yeah.
Why did they struggle, if you don't mind? Is it because, like, you wanted to go to particular places and they didn't want, and they felt like, I can't afford that too, or
not at all.
They just felt less of a man.
I think they just had their own thing going on. But I felt away, so I'd start hiding my shopping and.
Yeah, that's wrong. I've had that. Was it? Yeah, it was because of money, I think. As soon as I say what they do, it'll be so fake. Okay.
Make up a profession.
They were
a circus.
They were creative.
He was a clown.
They were a clown, right? A clown. So they were determined they were going to make it as a clown, right? Determined. And I'm like, yeah, ambition. That's great. I love the ambition. Let's, I know you don't have it now, and I'm cool. I don't have no problem. I'm not looking for a rich man. It's all fine. But then when it starts to become like all the time, I'm paying all the time. And then I'm traveling to see you. I am paying when we do. And I'm like, this ain't cute. This ain't. Until I have to start lying that I've got money now and pretending that I don't have money on me and all that. You just can't. You just need to have your own things, really.
I mean, it's been a factor in some of my relationships, definitely, like a few of them, to be fair. I had one where one of my exes, he wasn't, he was frugal. Let's just say that. He was frugal. And it was, I didn't know that I didn't want that. But when I was in the relationship, I knew. I was like, because I told him at the beginning as well, I have a 6-to-1 rule. So every 6 times you pay, I'll pay once.
Wow. Do you know what's funny? Did you see both me and ratio? Was that interesting?
And he agreed.
I did the maths.
But
okay,
it worked out that way. It was more like
he actually agreed to do it.
He actually agreed to do it.
That's more the full thing.
Turned out every 6 times I paid, he paid once.
Ooh.
Yeah. Number 1 rule: don't agree to things that you can't support or you don't believe in. I've had quite the opposite of that. So I used to date someone who used to make ridiculous amounts of money. I had no issue with it. Didn't make an issue with it. We'd do things where it wasn't like, oh, we're going to go eat out the Oxo Tower and and I can't afford to go. We'd never do things like that. But her issue was she didn't feel that she could bring me around her wealthy friends because she felt that I wouldn't feel like a man around them. Whereas my whole thing is money doesn't make the man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not interested in that. If I can intellectually and spiritually be okay within any room, then that's not a problem. Whereas she was like, oh, I don't want us to go somewhere, and they're like, we're going to go and rent sports cars, and you can't rent a sports car. And I was like, to me, that's an extremely stupid reason, but it was something that kind of held her in a position where she didn't want to keep on doing what we were doing, and would even do things like try and get me to change my career and do things that I don't want to do. But it's unfortunately it's something that a lot of people, because it used to be just women, but a lot of people hold a lot of onus on finance because life is expensive and people want to do nice things. So it does become quite a honest factor, especially if you're in a proper relationship where you're sharing bills and things like that can be a factor if you can't pay the electricity bill this month, but you've had the PlayStation on all week. Women play PlayStation too.
We know.
Yeah,
I'm just not one of them.
definitely.
Okay, can you identify any lessons that you've learned from a relationship that obviously didn't work, and then gone into another one, and you've improved because of a past situation?
Yeah, think about that one still.
Think. Well, I learned very early, to be honest, not to lose myself in relationships. I learned that early. So I always make sure that I've got my own stuff going on, and I always keep it separate from my relationship. That was one I learned really early.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I know in the past when I began dating in my teens, very early 20s, I would definitely dive into the woman and just be in the relationship and not really reflecting much with my guys or whatever, and just doing what they want to do, or just all within our own bubble. And I was having this conversation the other day actually with someone, that it's important not to just be in that bubble, but to have other things going on in your life and keep the rest of it pumping along. You're just not the two only,
Yeah, I would say to have a break, between relationships.
I have that anyway. I always take a year out.
Oh, for sure.
The moment people know that you're single, whoever was waiting around, just waiting for that moment, will just jump on you. And then, when I was younger, that would happen to me, and I'd be like, well, he's nice and blah, blah, blah. not fully over the last situation, but I'll move into another one.
Yeah, no.
But now, to be honest, I don't even tell, if a relationship's ended, no one will know before I'm ready to let people know.
Yeah, no, I usually always have a year break in between, because I need the space to clear it all out.
Yeah.
Wow. So even if someone really, really good comes at 6-month point, you're like,
nah, if I'm not ready.
Still. Yeah, if you're not ready, you're gonna
if
mash
I'm
up
not ready mentally, then what's the point?
Yeah, you'll mash up the relationship.
I'll tell him, I'm not really there yet. If you want to wait around, cool, we can be friends, but
yeah. And if you were meant to be, he'll be there when you're ready. But if not, then whatever.
Yeah, no. And it depends on what happened in the last relationship, to be fair.
Yeah.
True.
If it was something stressful, then yeah, I need time.
Someone said a whole year.
A whole year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, do you say the year? It's a specific year. That's it.
Or 365.
You know what? It just turns out that way sometimes. I always know that I need space after a relationship, but it just turns out that I get more things done without men in my life.
I can agree with that. That is true.
You get more things done. You just get more productive.
There's more energy available, more time.
You get your sexy back. You just,
Yeah, all of that. Women like to change their hair, get new hairstyle.
And then there's a point where you feel like, okay, maybe I'm ready now. And then you do, but yeah, I need the space. I got kids as well, so it's just I don't need all that extra. I need a break.
Yeah, Zalika said, break is necessary, or you'll still be healing in the new run-ins.
Exactly.
I agree.
I'm not interested in that at all.
Yeah. Or not even that. You don't even take the time to actually think about the healing, because you're now in new euphoria, ignoring the scars, thinking everything's fantastic, and then one day something just jabs that same thing. You're like, burn it all down.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You go into the next thing wounded, and the other person has to deal with
usually. People repeat patterns a lot in relationships.
Very much so.
And don't even know that they're repeating the patterns because they haven't identified them.
Charlene said, my namesake, that post breakup glow is superb.
I agree.
That.
I agree.
I did have a question sent. Moving on from this, when you feel like you're over the last situation, have you ever felt a certain way when you see that person get into another relationship?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
I think it also just depends on the situation and if you were the dumper or the dumpy. Do you know what I mean? Like,
or if you're just possessive.
I mean, my last ex recently got married, and people were sending it to me, and I was like, "Why are you sending it to me? I don't care. Good for him. I'm happy that he's happy.
Yeah.
I broke up with him."
Yeah. I think the possessive thing is about maturity, because I've definitely felt that possessive thing when I was younger. Like, I was someone I was seeing, finished it. It was me that kind of moved away years ago, and then. But then she started kind of seeing my good boy. So I was like,
nah,
that's not right. That's not right. But
okay.
At the time, I was like, no. But now I'm a bit more progressive in my thinking. I'm like,
yeah,
they
whatever.
just gotta do what they gotta do.
Yeah, whatever.
if
They
they're
just gotta do
happy,
what they gotta do. Because I didn't even want her.
I don't want her, so why am I vexed?
Why am I like that? Do you know what I mean? Why am I jealous, or why am I taking umbrage to it? Because I don't want her. So, do you know what I mean? But that's another kind of worms in itself, obviously.
Yeah, because that's questionable to the friendship you had with your boy, not even with her. Like, were you every time we were out, you were watching it from the side? I don't know.
I had nothing with him. Like, it was like we were cool. It was like whatever. But I was just like, why would she move from me to another boy in my circle or whatever? But yeah. Anyway,
some girls are like that.
It was
they don't like to block their blessings, as Clark saying.
Yeah, Clark says, careful not to block your blessings. You know what? If it's a blessing, it won't be blocked. To be fair. But oh, no worries, Bex. The question again.
That's a weird situation, bro. I've got friends that have gone through something like with children involved, and then like a brethren will move to the mother of their child after they've broken. Like, that's not cool.
It's a bit sticky.
Yeah.
To me, yeah. So it's a lot.
Yeah. But that whole holding on to like someone and feeling something afterwards, only, like you said, only if it was a case of you didn't want the breakup to happen, or you've realized 6 months down the line, well, the reason why we broke up was petty. I want her back, and then you see her with someone like, that can sting.
Yeah, I've been on the other side of that, where a lady kind of ended with me. I moved on. No, actually, no, that's a lie. I ended with her. I moved on. And then she was kind of like, regretting things from the past and wanted to get back, but it's too late.
Or is it?
What can you do? No. This is like 20 years ago. So
okay. Yeah, no, if she's trying to holler 20 years ago, like, avoid that one. Avoid that.
All right, I'm going to move on to some of these statements.
Okay.
So hold on, I want to put it in here.
Ready statements.
Always do it in person, and if possible, not in public.
I would agree with the not in
public.
Breakup,
yeah.
I would agree with the public.
Breakup,
yeah. I would agree with the not in public bit, but in person, not so much.
Have you ever dumped anyone by text?
No.
Yes.
I know you have.
All right, I have broke up with someone over text.
I haven't done it by text. Nah, text is savage.
Text
is savage, bruv.
All you gotta do to get the breakup rolling is send a text and say, we need to talk.
Hey, listen.
We need to talk.
Women, please stop sending that message first thing in the morning. It doesn't set anyone up for a good day.
Listen, I did that.
It doesn't set up a good day, because as a man, you spend the whole entire day worrying. worrying.
You know what happens? Because you just get to the point, it just comes to you and you're like, oh, I need to end it.
Just say that in that message, though, innit? About we need to talk. Don't send that at 7:45 in the morning when I'm on my morning commute.
So I'll send it. I'll send it at 11.
But is there a good time though? Because you might send it at night.
It's never a good time to
and
send it.
can't sleep
at all.
Text is
You know
efficient.
what?
Wow.
You get that message. I'm sending them up. Yeah, what you do when you get that message, you just say yes, we do, and then just send that worry, stress right back to them because they'll be like, what? You're like,
oh,
you need to talk to me about it.
I'll be like, okay, cool.
Right, we do.
Wow,
and then they'll be like, what?
Wow.
Notes.
So
I'm gonna go and tell the man then.
Some notes.
The code has been broken.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've actually broken up over that. Yeah. So I've actually broken up with someone over that. I said that we need to talk thing. I said you put me in a whole place all day long where I was questioning everything. I started looking for problems, trying to see if I've done so. I said, you know what? If you can't communicate with me properly, I can't do this. We got back a couple of days later.
He was trying to save himself the heartache.
No, I was vexed.
You wanted to done from time.
No, I was vexed.
It was
early hours of the morning. It'd been a stressful week already, and then this come through. I was like, don't do that. Like, pick up the phone and yeah, because even when because you know what happens is when that happens, talk about what? No, let's save it for later. No, talk now. No. Talk,
and then you say, I can't. Sorry, I'm at work.
Yeah,
that's what I did. I sent him the text, and then he was like, okay, can we talk now? And I was like, not really, because I'm at work and I'm busy.
Yeah. You got man sitting in meetings.
I could talk to you at 7.
7.
He went. He was not impressed.
That's 3 meals mash up.
Yeah.
Can't have breakfast properly, can't have lunch properly, can't have dinner properly.
Yeah, he was upset.
So Lika, the reasons are they're real. like I said earlier on.
If you know Jimmy, then you know that they're real.
The joke is she does know me. The joke is a lot of the reasons are a knock-on effect of other things. Generally, when it comes to a breakup, it's a build-up of things. It's never just right. Today I've had enough. I'm gonna go and walk on the beach and forget about you. It's normally a row of things that have just happened, and you're just like, you know what? This is the final straw. And sometimes that final straw can be a petty straw. I'm realizing just how petty I've been. Like,
not really.
Yeah, and I've had a mutual pettiness as well.
This is healing for Jimmy, you lot. Healing.
It is. When I got the questions earlier on, I laughed, and I even messaged her and I said, like, I don't know about these questions. Yeah, there was a mutual pettiness where we had an argument outside a dance because neither one of us wanted to drop our guard on something. And she was like, she called me like 15 minutes later after she peeled off in her brethren's whip. I peeled off in my brethren's whip, and she was like, it's done. I was like, yeah, it's done. And then I woke up the next day after the rum had worn off and was like, that might not have been the thing to do. That might not have been the thing to do. And that was it.
So what you just said, basically for the next one, never make a scene and keep your batshit to a minimum.
Yeah, I try. I try.
I'm not a shouter. Like, you just want to hear.
I'm not a shouter either, but you know, people can say things in a certain way and just push them,
bring it out,
and just bring the hackney out, and then what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I know Jimmy's seen me in a very angry state when we first met, I think it was.
Oh, is that when you first met? No, don't make me laugh.
Yeah.
Go on, tell us the story, man.
Can't even.
Oh boy.
Oh, you can't even tell us the story. Oh.
No, go on. Tell us what you remember of it.
You know I remember it bar for bar.
Tell us.
Wow. Yeah. Run a track.
Me and 3 brethren come out our car in Hackney in Tesco's car park, right? Going to what was it, Hackney Central?
Hackney Central Club, yeah.
Wow. So this is how far we're going back. We're going back 14 years now.
Long time.
And it was 3 girls go raving. We're walking across the road.
Yeah.
I might have had a little beverage in my system. And as we're walking across the road, I'm trying to make conversation. We get to the front of the door, and Shah has a interaction with someone on the door and was going off. Like proper going off. Like, I was like, wow, like she's really, really hackney. Like, I may have asked for the digits during the going off.
No. Yeah, that sounds like you, to be fair.
I said the drink was flowing, but yeah, that was actually how we met. And I was just saying to her, you just calm down, come inside, it's cool. No, people blah, blah. I was like, wow, okay.
I have to say,
never seen that out of you again.
It was the bouncer. He just made me very angry, and I don't get angry. Like I'm hard to get angry. He was a bully, and you know it was. I used to go there quite regular because it's local to me. Had a great time there, and this particular bouncer was just so rude to women that was going in, or just people. So by the time you got in there, you're upset because he's just rude to everyone, and because I don't like bullies, that makes me angry. So I'm just seeing him bully everyone, like pee off everybody. And then he tried to say something bad to me, and I went off. I cussed him so hard that I got banned.
You got banned from Hackney Central.
I got banned from Hackney Central, and obviously because like Lloyd Life used to do loads of events there, so he was like, when he heard that, he's like, no, you can't ban Shah. Do you know what I mean? Because most of the time I'm getting
her.
So we had to have a meeting with the club owner and everything. Yeah, it was a lot.
Wow. You'll be happy to know I saw that same bouncer get dusted one time in Elephant and Castle. Because he used to love bully people and whatnot and stand there with his hands in his jacket with his army boots on. And I saw him get moved differently in South London one time. It was a beautiful thing. I
don't like bullies.
No, but yeah. I think we're off topic now, Joe. I think we've gone off topic.
No, but I think I've been calm in most of them.
Okay.
I mean, I've thrown things, but
have you gone off or had someone go off?
I've had people go off on me. I'm a calm guy. Only if my buttons are pushed to levels. So I'm just generally calm. So I don't really go off, but I've had females go off, and I'm just like, really? When you're finished.
Okay. That's more like
I like the when you're finished. Just let me do it. Let me do it.
Yeah, because when you do it and you kind of start to feel a bit stupid.
Yeah, then you're like, all right.
Yeah, exactly. I used to get involved, but when I was a young nipper, but I learned don't get involved. There's no point.
Unfortunately, I got a short fuse.
We know.
I've got a short fuse. I have one time in a club, I had to say to someone I was seeing at the time that their behavior was extremely out of line, but we had a conversation where no one else knew that I was vexed.
Yeah.
And I said, look, we were out of town as well. I said to either go and sit with your girls or go home, because either way, your behavior right now isn't going to work for me. And she tried to raise her voice up, and I said to her, just have a drink, be quiet, and stop that. I got told afterwards that I'm aggressive and etc. and a little bit scary. But my thing was, I've never been one for putting myself out there and kind of being on front line. So when I have been in situations like that, I do, as Shach said, I'll just stand there quietly and walk away. And especially as I was raised to not be violent towards women. And part of that violence is being aggressive. So I get upset with myself when I do have to shout at a woman. But sometimes raising your voice is the only way to be heard. And sometimes you have to put a little bass under it just to let people know that it's not a game. But yeah, no, none of that going off in public and putting your business out and people getting to hear what you
I would never have it.
Yeah, not in public. I wouldn't do it in public. I mean, I've gone off in the confines of the four walls, definitely. Picked up
all the time.
People.
Out in the middle of a dance or in Tesco's, let's not do.
I wouldn't even dream of it, to be fair.
Yeah, that's a walk away situation.
Whatever it is,
that's almost an instant breakup for me. That's almost an instant like.
I agree.
We can't work. We can't work together. This is no.
It has to work. When we get home,
no future.
We'll discuss it.
Yeah.
We'll just be cordial. If it's that deep.
Ines says some people try to draw you out. It's true.
Some people do try, but you can't let them.
And that's why you got to leave those people where they stand.
Don't let the devil draw you out. Not in public anyway. Behind the four walls, do it all day. Trust me. Pick up a weapon, hold it to that guy. Let him know. Don't play with me.
Okay, the next one. Do not try to make the other person feel better. This is when you've broken up with them.
Oh yeah, no, I'm here for that one. Don't
try to make the other person feel better.
Yeah, like
you know that it's not you, it's me.
They're crying, and you're like, it's not, it's.
No. Yeah, that's
I
futile.
struggle with that on a daily basis, to be fair.
That is futile.
Just
There's
in
no point.
general. I don't know. It's just not like, no. Like, it's over.
Are you dealing with that on a daily basis? That's mad.
Yeah, just like, yeah, no. No. If I broke up with you, just forget it. Like, I'm not gonna muddy cuddle you. I don't even muddy cuddle my kids that much. Like, no, it's just not gonna happen. It's slow.
This is the Carli I know. So.
Yeah, it is what it is. Just suck it up and let's move on. I got somewhere to be. Let's just, you know.
Yeah, that whole making the other person feel better sends off the wrong signals. Because if you just let them it's one thing, and then you try and, that's when you're sending off the wrong signals. That's when you end up with all kind of problems that you weren't going to have originally.
Yeah, and the blog also said that it's no longer your responsibility to help them cope, which is true. But I think because I'm quite an empath, like I just feel bad. Like if they haven't done something, but it's just not the one. Like I feel really bad, and it would, it'd take me a minute to like, I'll try and pacify a little bit.
Yeah, you got to stop that. You got to stop that, and I've been telling you to stop that for years.
It's just not me.
I'm just, I'm not a mean person.
You're a lovely person, but you can't save everybody.
No,
certain people
everybody doesn't deserve to be saved.
Exactly. Certain people deserve to lay on the ground and feel the pain.
Agreed. They do.
No. As I said, from previous experience, that trying to be the nice guy, that's ended up in more problems than good. That's ended up with people sitting outside your house, bawling and all sorts, and
people crawling in the bushes and stuff.
What is that? Is that how they go on for you guys? Yeah.
That's how Carli has it.
In the bushes.
In the.
Something sweet.
Yeah.
All right, we've got another one.
That was actually crazy. That was crazy.
After the breakup, respectfully cut all contacts for a short period of time.
For a short period of time?
It depends on which side, both sides, or the person who's dumping or the dumped.
So if I broke up with someone, do I cut all ties? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're asking me?
I guess either way. What it says, it has a little text after it. It says, the more contacts you're in, the more you're at risk of, we're not together, but we're kind of together. But we're definitely not boyfriend and girlfriend. But I'm just going to check in. You know, that kind of...
Okay, so me, when I break up with someone, we ain't friends.
Right.
Like, we ain't contacting each other, ever. Don't call me. Don't text me. If I see you in the street, I'll say hi. Keep it moving. But no, that's it. We're done. We're finished.
What about if it wasn't like a bad breakup, like you didn't beef?
If it wasn't a bad breakup, then maybe we can just be... I'll still be cordial. Like, you can message me on FB or whatever and comment on my pics or whatever, but I'm still not calling you like that. We're not having conversations on text for fun. I just don't have that. I just don't have the time.
I hear that.
I just literally don't have the time.
I mean, I have friends that I speak to, and some of them are like, "How are you friends with your exes?" Because I am friends.
Yeah, I know, but I know you are, but me, no. I'm trying to think. Out of all of my exes, how many of them am I actually like friends with? Maybe one. And when I say friends, I mean very loosely. Like, we might speak once every 3 months. All the rest, don't call me.
That was a special case.
Don't call me.
That's a special case.
Don't call me.
See?
For what?
Same thing you said. If the breakup's amicable and everything's cool, it's just a case of you realise that you just aren't meant to be together. Like, the carrying on just being cool and whatever and continuing to be cool can really work as long as you both stay away from sex. But then there's also the case of, like, you got some people who are just wicked to you and they still want to check in on you, like, hey, how you and your mum doing? Like, stay over there. Like, your energy isn't welcome.
I don't mind that if they're just checking up to see how I am. I think that's fine. Because the thing is, with me, I don't just meet someone and get with them. We're friends first. So we have a good friendship and then we get into a relationship.
Listen.
And then once you've broken up for whatever reason, if I get over that situation, if it's something they've done to me or it just didn't work out, I still got that friendship that we've built up. And I don't see why I can't still be that person's friend because there was a friendship.
Oh yeah, now see, I'm different. Delete my friends, delete my family. I'm not interested. Thank you.
Yeah, because then Ina said before, she said you'll end up with a lot of exes as friends, blocking your blessings. I don't see it as blocking my blessings. If I have no interest in you, like one of my best friends is my ex, who's also Carli's daughter's godfather. Like he's one of my best friends. We're not interested in each other whatsoever.
They're not.
So
he's my friend. Like if I need help with something, I know I can call him. He's going to help me, and vice versa. Do you know what I mean? And it's literally that. I have no.
I think that's more to do with him. He's just that kind of person.
Yeah.
So Inez made a point earlier on. Like if you've got children with that person, like that should make a difference. For me personally, with my son's mum, that did not make a difference. We didn't speak for years. Like
Well, actually, I've got one of those. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, didn't speak for years, and it's not like don't call me. It's just like the interactions continue to be toxic for years. So we had a mediator who was my mum, and any communication goes through that direction. So yeah, it's very dependent on the people. If the people are decent enough, because it's not even about maturity. If you're decent enough to not be disrespectful to the other person and to kind of keep on going for the sake of the child, then yeah, like continue communication. But if you're going to be there causing problems and being like some of my ex's ex-boyfriends and ex-husbands, etc., where they still believe that there's an ownership situation and this new man's now trying to be the father to their child and all them levels of idiotness, then yeah, like maybe you should only send letters. Well,
I'm just very black and white. I think I don't like gray areas.
No, I'm not agreeing with a lot of people because where Ina said soul ties. If we're like in each other's, but I'm just talking about how you doing. You all right? You good? Like we don't fancy.
Not every week we're going cinema and
no.
Like I can get over things once you've forgiven and all the rest of it. You can move through. And
I mean, after some years, I guess it gets a lot easier.
Yeah, I'm like
and the relationships can change. So, like I said,
it all depends on what your relationship was like, what the breakup was. But to be honest, a breakup, I'm still friends with people that I had a bad breakup with, but I'll go over it and I forgave and it's gone and forgotten. I don't keep all them feelings, and I think people just need to let go of stuff.
I don't think I keep the feelings. I just don't want it. I just don't want you in my space.
Yeah.
I told my ex that at the very beginning of our relationship, and he was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah. If we break up, we're not going to be friends." And he was like, "What?" He was like, "But we were friends before." I said, "So we've moved into a relationship now. And it's a risk that we might not be friends. Like, we're cool, but we ain't friends."
Yeah. No, I respect everyone's situation is different, but I'm sticking to my guns.
I think, like they said, you're a special case, show.
Yeah, I'm good with it. So
I think,
which is it's a beautiful thing. More people need to be like that because it can actually be a benefit in some cases.
No, it's forgiveness. Forgiveness actually sets you free. Like,
I forgive everybody. I just don't forget.
But I feel like that whole don't forget means you haven't forgiven. It just
I forgive. I definitely forgive.
And learn. That's my thing. Like I've learned, so I'll never get into that position again. That position where, you know what I mean, whatever happened to make you break up.
I don't think there's any of them that I haven't forgiven. I just don't need to be.
Yeah, the forgiveness. Trust me, you'll find yourself in bondage, like people who don't forgive.
I learned that one a long time ago.
What if your ex is married? Same thing. It's great.
My ex is married now.
That's even better.
Yeah, my ex is married now, and he messages me like once every 6 months to say, "Hey, I'm like, hey, how's your wife? Hey, how's your wife?"
Wow.
Like you just put that out on the table right now.
Yeah.
I'm great. You? All right, cool. That's the conversation. Over.
Keep it moving. You don't have to be besties.
No. None of us are besties.
No.
We just it's like, hey, how are you? I mean, I have one ex who always wants to relive.
Yeah, see, they're the ones that you can't.
That one,
then they don't respect your space. They don't respect.
It's not every day. It's not like every week thing. It's like a once in a. But he really wants to go, and I'm just, you got a girlfriend, so just like go and do that.
Yeah. I hear that. Okay, we've got the next one. Talk to somebody about it.
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Talk to someone about the break.
I guess, yeah.
Talk to someone about your breakup and go through the details and just.
The reason being on here,
maybe
talk to a trusted friend or family member before making the decision. Okay, this sounds
I did this. I don't usually do it, but I did. I might put the feelers out to my friends. Like I might say to Shah, I'm feeling this way about it. I'm not sure, and she'll be like, "Oh no, just wait and see, or have a conversation." I mean, the last time I broke up with my ex, it just came to a standstill one day. I think I was on a plane actually, and I just broke down crying. And I was like, right, I think I have to pick up with him. And they were like, why? Why are you crying? I was like, I don't even know. I just know that I've got to break up with him. When I get back from this holiday, I've got to break up with him. And they were like, okay, we respect that because you are crying. And they know I do not cry. I don't do crying. So for you to be crying and know that you want to break up with him, go ahead. But yeah, I might put the feelers out.
Speak to anyone when a relationship's breaking down? Do you speak about it, or do you just deal with it on your own?
Who's that to me?
Oh, Shach.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
You're really in the dark.
Shach, go ahead.
Do you when you're like
it's getting after?
Can you hear me? Yeah, when you're coming to the end of the relationship, do you talk to friends about it, or do you deal with it on your own?
Yeah, to be fair, I have not been in very many long-term relationships in my life, but when I have had them and they've ended, I've definitely had discussions with whoever's my closest friend at the time. We've gone through the pros and cons of what to do where, and yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's important to just have your checks and balances, because sometimes you could be caught up in your own world and have blind spots.
Agree.
And if you have a good friend who's gonna, really put you through the ringer and not give you an easy time, then they can kind of make sure that you're not doing anything stupid, or they can support you if they know that you're in the right place and that you need to really just get on with it and move along.
Yeah, you have to know your friends though. Know which ones and ones. Leave him when they don't.
Exactly. Exactly. You can't just talk to anyone.
I not give too many opinions on my friends' relationships.
Yeah,
well,
no, I don't like.
I've had to learn that. I've had to learn that, to be fair, because some of my friends have been in relationships, and they say they want me to tell them, but I don't really want me to tell them. So I've learned. The older I've get to just sometimes keep my opinion, unless I'm asked, I tend to keep my opinions to myself.
Yeah.
No, I have friends of mine who are relationship therapists to me, who will sit down and tell me we'll sit down and observe it completely balanced. So they won't take one side or the other. And will tell me like the honest truth and kind of give me a better balance. It's something that I've actually asked of pretty much all of the women I've been in serious relationships. Like, who's that person within your life? Because even for you as a partner, sometimes you might need that secondary voice to go and speak to get them to reason with someone when they're going off on a wild one and won't listen to you. It's a necessity. If you don't have that in your life as a whole, you'll just keep on making like your own decisions, and your own decisions aren't always the best decisions.
I agree.
I've got it from, I've got an aunt and uncle. So growing up, all of my uncles were that person to me. They grab me and sit me aside and be like, stop being a fool. That's just you being pig-headed. And as you're young, you're like, nah, whatever, what do you know? You're bald. Then I lost all my hair. And I was like, snap, they might know something.
Literally just about to say that.
But then I have that in I've got family that are like that are like best friends to me. And I've also got good friends who are just impartial, both male and female. So like my younger sister, for instance, is literally, me and her think too much alike. So we're always balancing each other and trying to make sure that we're making the best decisions. And that's with everything. It's a necessity. It's a necessity because, like Shach said, your own brain will sit down and tell you you're a superhero, but everyone else is like, you're not flying. Like, there's no cape. There's no cape. I'm sure I've messaged Shah at some point and been like, da, 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 and I've got like good advice from her.
Yeah, Shah's one of my go-tos.
Yeah, or even then, actually, there was one time I introduced Shah to a girlfriend, and I think a couple of days later, she sent me a I don't know.
Ooh. Wow.
That's all I got from her. I don't know. And from there, I was like, right, let me observe this situation and see where this is going. And a couple months down the line, I was like, she was right. But but that allowed me not to delve myself too deeply into it and kind of be in observer mode rather than, hey, I'm happy, I'm skipping down the yellow brick road. Yeah. So thanks for that. Saved me from one mad woman.
I obviously see somebody. That's like watching my friend walk over a cliff. Like, I can't.
Yeah, I think it depends. Yeah, I think I've seen that with Jimmy a few times, and I'm just like, no, I don't know if it's my place.
Liberty.
I think
I don't know if it's your place. Like somebody else will say it. I don't know if it's my place, but
I think you have said it to me once or twice.
Oh, maybe
once or twice.
All right then.
Yeah. Once I can remember definitely, actually. I believe that was a group unanimous decision.
I think so.
Yeah. You live, you learn, innit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Life is by experiences.
Definitely learn, mate.
I'm just remembering. So.
Ruth says, I do tell my close friends, and I find it easier for me to make my decision about the fella. They usually see an element I have missed. I think that's that's the reason I would speak about it.
Yeah,
you have to speak to the right person.
Yeah, you have to speak to the right. That's why I say I think Shah is one of mine.
That person you go to and you see them make so many mistakes all the time. I'm like,
no.
Really ask you.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
No. About your decisions. It's like going to a hairdresser with really, really bad hair.
Absolutely. That's one thing about a hairdresser. I always look at their hair first.
That's right.
Are you a hairdresser and your hair looks shit? Nope. Can't do mine.
All right, so next one, I've skipped a couple because I didn't like them. This one says, invest in yourself. It also says, rebuild your personal identity, rediscover your old hobbies, focus double on work.
Yeah, 110%. 100%.
Yeah.
It's a must. You got to level up.
I was about to say that. That's what it sounds like. Level up. So
yeah, always.
The next will be better, innit?
Always.
Definitely.
I've had a couple of my exes call me in recent years to tell me how much of a great woman I am. I find it hilarious.
Oh, it's airing. Yeah.
I find it hilarious now. I'm like, oh, so you didn't realize that back then, though? Okay.
Yeah, they never do.
No.
They always
know.
know.
I find it hilarious. It's hilarious. Oh, you did so well for yourself. I know. I know.
No, that was part of the name that everyone knew me as Swagger. That's where that came from. When I was in a relationship from age 19 through to 27, lost so much of myself that I didn't actually know who I was.
Yeah.
I had to literally go back and get my swagger back and find out who I was and what I was about and what I love about me and how I want to be treated and whatever. And I will say to everybody, like Carli said, sometimes take that year out because you need to get back to who you are. Because when you're in a relationship, that compromise thing, sometimes that compromise isn't compromising. Sometimes that's killing part of yourself.
Yeah.
And then you come back out into the world as half a person. And you need to spend that time and build up your own foundations so that just in case you run into a bad situation, you're prepared for it and you're able to say, no, I don't want any of that. Whereas if you're not fully built up and you're not loving yourself and etc., you're going to stumble. So that's a definite must. Sometimes you get caught off guard while you're building and you meet someone, you're like, oh, they seem fantastic. And you know what? I'm having a drought. I wouldn't mind a little bit of warmth. And next thing you know, boom, same situation again. Same situation. Yeah. No, that whole, I don't have a stamp on it of how long it takes, but sometimes it's necessary. The longest time I took out was 22 months, I believe it was. I calculated it down to. And then the person that disrupted that 22 months was a bad decision. Bad. That was Miss Ignorant, actually.
So
bad decision.
When you're saying 22 months, is that literally not seeing anyone, nothing? Or do you mean official, you're in an official relationship?
I was abstinent. I wasn't dating anyone. I wasn't doing any kind of interaction. I was just trying to sort out work, life, my relationship with my son, my relationship with my mum, my relationship with myself. And I was like, you know what? Everything else is a distraction. So just take the time. And it was a great thing because I really got so much done within that time. That was when I learned how to use the whole Adobe package. Took 18 months to learn Adobe inside out. And it was good. I got to go out, and it was nice to go out and enjoy yourself and be in a dance and not be thinking, oh, she looks nice, she looks nice, she looks nice. Because I'm quite frankly not interested, because I'm just enjoying myself. I'm out with my boys, we're catching a joke, we're cutting to dance floor, I'm enjoying myself, seeing my people, and it's good, and not having to worry about, do I have to be considerate to someone else in my behavior. It's a beautiful thing.
I usually find when you're in these spaces, usually the nice things fall into your lap anyway. When you're in these personal gratification spaces, like when you're just doing you.
I think
it's women, putting out good energy, though, isn't it? So good things happen to good people, as they say.
Yeah, a lot of women as well, as like you said, as well, Jimmy, that you kind of lose yourself. You think you're compromising because you really like the person, and they like this and they like that. It's like, oh, let me do that, then let me do that. He likes going, so let me start going there. He likes my hair like this. Oh, let me do my hair like this because this is what
before you know it.
Yeah, like all he needs to say is when you wear black. Now your whole wardrobe is black. So by the time you break up, you're like,
one of my exes, he liked me to come to his every weekend, every single weekend. I was doing it, and then one weekend I was like, wait, I need to be at home this weekend. And you know this guy, because usually what I do on Sunday, I would cook dinner, and then I would cook him. I would cook him 2 dinners basically. So he'd have dinner, and then they'd have dinner for the week, which he would take to work. He would take to work, and that one I didn't come, but then he started doing things. So he would start doing things that, because he knew I was coming, he would use every single plate, every single knife and fork. And when I come, the kitchen will be stacked with plates, and I'll just be like, yeah, actually now you're taking a minute.
Yeah, he's looking for
because he knew I was coming. So he started slowly just letting things just go to pot. And I was like, you're actually just taking a mic now. Because I'm not going to cook in this kitchen with it looking like this. You know I'm going to wash everything in here. So he just started. And that was, I had to have a conversation with her. Like, you're actually taking a mic now. You're actually taking a mic.
I wanted to go back to, there was a question that Ruby asked, but it was on the last statement. That if you hadn't asked me, Jimmy, about that particular girlfriend, would I have said something to you? To be honest, I probably wouldn't, because if I, it's like I don't offer, unless I've seen something that's obviously bad, like I've seen her like necking down with some guy, no,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the only way. But even if I thought, I don't know about her, like vibe, I'm not going to come and say to you her vibe, like, because you seem, it's not my business. Yeah, but if you ask me, I'm just going to I'll tell you. But yeah, I wouldn't just come and fast. I think that's being fast, to be fair.
Yeah, that's vice versa. It's vice versa. As you know, whenever you meet someone, I'm like, who is this guy? The protectiveness is there, but you're an adult, isn't it?
Exactly.
And
I do find
as a friend,
to be very,
friend,
I do have a few people in my life who are just very, very judgmental. But if you look in their background, ain't nothing going on. Are they ready to come and tell me what I should be doing?
It's true. I think we've gone an hour already, mate.
Really?
Oh, this was in response to you. Now he would have starved.
He did.
Okay, well, I've got one. If anyone online has got any questions, just fire them through. But I've got one that I think we should cover, and that is. Hold on. What have I done? Yeah. Only start dating again when you're legitimately excited to. So that's like no rebounds. Have you ever been a rebound? Have you?
I've been a rebound.
Yeah, I've been a rebound. It was great.
Yeah, it was good. But then he just started talking about his ex. And then he started saying things like, "Oh, you really remind me of my ex," and I was like, "What?" Yeah, he just started saying things, and my spidey senses went up, and I was like, "Okay, I'm fully a rebounder." And I was like, "Yeah." It went on for about 6-7 months. He had 2 kids with her after we broke up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he went back. Yeah, he went back.
Yeah,
you did a good service. You reminded him of her in a good way.
Evidently.
You saw the good things he liked in her and you. Was like, you know what? That's what I meant to be. So I picked the poor girl over here.
Yeah, let's go back to her. Yeah. I had a lot of pancakes after that breakup.
I think I have dated when I was in a rebound space when I shouldn't have been dating. I definitely have done that. And my reasoning, not saying it's right, it's not. My reasoning was just to forget about that person. Like I needed a distraction. That's what it was. It was a distraction.
Yeah. A lot of females go through that distraction.
How are we defining dating?
Say again?
How are we defining dating?
Dating is that the stage before
you leave the house with them. You know the date.
Okay, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, there's different terms. People. If I was to say someone I was seeing, I had to be honest. I hate all these stupid terms.
Yeah, I know, but talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the terms, but if I say dating, like we're literally, meeting up, we're getting to know each other.
We're going out the house.
I mean, it's literally just that, really. If I'm seeing somebody, then we're more intimate. We're heading towards that official
girlfriend, boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm talking about the stage to the left of that. So
entanglements.
Yeah, that's that new word. That new word. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
that one.
We'll use that one. We'll use that one. I understand it's a PG channel, behaving myself, and my mum's watching somewhere as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that using that buffer to, they say the best way to get over someone is to get under someone or get on top of someone.
I never believed that.
It's not the best way, but it definitely has been utilized.
Yeah, no, that's never been my.
It has worked.
I know a lot of girls that use it.
It's not good. It's not good.
It's not good for me.
Nah.
It's not good for them. It's not good for them. It's good for me. It's not good for the other person who's like.
It's good. It tends to be good for the guys, but not good for the girls.
No,
I
don't know.
I've seen that work the other way.
Yeah. I've been on the other side of that. Where you're looking for more, and she's like,
"Well, it's not been good for you." Wow.
Yeah.
No, where it's not been good for the guy.
I think it can happen, but I think it's more rare.
I think you'd be surprised.
Yeah,
I probably would be very surprised, but I've seen it to be more rare.
No,
I know a guy that's has written about it in a book.
He was rebound. He's a rebound.
A novel, a whole novel.
Yeah, not about me, but there's that section is in there.
That's another topic, but
yeah,
it's another topic.
No, Shach, it does happen to me. I've been that dude.
Of course, yeah. No, I believe it does happen, but
it just happened to August Alpine. I didn't see. Jeez.
Yeah. And you keep on asking, like, so why can't this go no further? Oh, I'm not ready for all of that. Why you got to try and make it more? And you do start feeling like you're wearing lace underwear. It's not the one. It's not the one, but it's real.
That's foreign.
Listen,
that's foreign to me. But of course it happens. But it's foreign to me.
I've seen guys be calling girls and saying, "I left 48 plus 11 pounds in your drawer.
What?
Yeah, 48 pounds plus 11 in your drawer. And she's like, what? Why are you
What does that
leaving
mean?
money in the house? He left money in the house, but she didn't know.
Oh.
And then he came knocking on the window.
So what's that? Was that the rebound person or that was the ex?
He was the
Why did he leave that exact amount in there?
Yeah, he was the rebound person, but he wanted to take it further and she didn't.
He went
But
to
why was he leaving that?
I hear those
exact
stories. I'll be honest, I hear those stories, yes. But boy.
Nothing. The stories
Nah,
I've heard. Trust me.
I want the question to be heard, Carli.
What?
These are not real.
Why
men.
is he
I'm just
leaving
gonna
that
put it out
exact amount?
Why doesn't he know what those two things add together? Why doesn't he know the total number? How about that?
Oh,
there. Wow, 69, yeah?
How about that? That was my question.
Wow.
What?
Wait.
So you couldn't just tell her I left a certain amount. He was like, I left 48 pounds and then another 11.
Right, exactly. And this is why you were the rebound person.
Yeah, because you're a dunce. All right, cool.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I was trying to do the math as well, Shach. It wasn't 69. It definitely wasn't.
No.
Like, he was a couple pounds short.
I was like, is that where we're going?
Yeah.
Because if so, then like I get where he was going, but no. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's good.
A whole new chapter in a book. Yeah.
Yeah, you win.
Have you ever like been in a? I won't even call it entanglement because that sounds like a confusion. Like you know that it was something casual, and then wanted to make it serious with somebody.
I need to go and put the baby to bed.
I have. I've been in that. Yeah. So when I was younger, I've been in that.
Do you mean wanting to make it serious, but the other person doesn't want to, or just wanting?
Like you've both got this agreement, like we're just
a casual thing,
and then you're like, actually, no, really.
Yeah, I've been in that, but he wasn't ready. He just wasn't ready. I've been in that.
Yeah,
he just wasn't ready at the time.
Yeah.
It was sad at the time, but now I look back on it, I'm like, he's coming to me telling me how great I am.
So that whole thing is a thing that goes around between men. Like I think there's even a meme about it. Like when you're just in an enjoyment, and then they want to come and bring the whole "where's this going? What are we?" and just ruin the whole thing. And ruin the whole thing.
What are we?
Yeah, I've had that, and it's always at the most inopportune moments, like when you're on the road to their house.
Wow!
Like before you get here, and you're thinking, "Oh, it's just going to be can you pick me up some tropical juice?" I need to know what this is. Like, I
don't think that was the line I went with. I thought I went with more. I'm developing feelings for you, and I don't think I can keep it casual. So, is there an option that we can?
Where do we go from here?
Is there a bolt on?
Yeah, and he was
a bolt on.
He wasn't reluctant. He was more scared, to be fair, and he was younger than me. So, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was all over the place. To be fair,
was it August?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
No, it wasn't August. It wasn't August.
I'm just joking.
There's a subject I wasn't planning. Age.
Yeah.
Do you have to be careful now because I just realised something?
All right, go on. Ask the question. I don't like old guys.
What's old?
What's old?
For
What's
me,
old?
45 is old for me, and I'm 38. But 45, I'm like,
so
8 years.
So you're going 5 years max for yourself.
Basically, 5 years up, like 45 at a push for me. I would prefer him to be like.
As shallow as it sounds, it might depend on how they look, because like I've been on Hinge, right? I'm not ashamed to say that, okay? I've been on Hinge, and
I was going to ask what's Hinge.
For those who don't know what it's an app. It's not. What's the other one? Tinder. It's not Tinder.
Oh, it's Hinge, the one where the women are in control.
That's Bumble.
That's Bumble, yeah. So this one, you have to match somebody to even have a conversation, but there's a bit more information about them. I think with Tinder, it's literally just their face. You judge them on their face.
Yeah. Okay. And the little bio.
And then you have convo. Is there a bio in Tinder? I don't know.
there's a bio. There's a little bio. Like you just write a little blurb and then, yeah, that's it. That's what you get.
And
a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, with Hinge, you can do a bit more. You know, you can say that you drink alcohol, whether you smoke, whether you take drugs, whether you have children, whether you want children, and then there's a couple little captions and stuff like that. Oh, no, Emma says 45 is too old for me.
That's what I'm saying, Em.
Yeah, because I'm 40 now, and I find that
he's like, what?
I just read that, and I read who it was, and I read it again. I was like, Emma, 5 years.
This is new for me actually.
Yeah, it's.
You know why?
But is it not everyone's like me though? Trust. Like I'm
when I go on to these apps, right, and I put my age range. So I might go 5 up, 5 down and think, yeah, that's a nice. And then I see someone who's 42 and he looks like my uncle. And I'm like,
nah.
What are you saying?
Wait a minute.
And I'm like, all right, let me just shift that. Let me just shift it down. So I put it down to maybe like 43. And I put it all the way down to 30. And then you just have, then I've got loads of 30-year-olds just talking in code.
I don't want 30.
I can't cope with that. So I'm like, I'm having to shift it all the time. And I think it's nice to see somebody who's the same age as me that just looks like 40 is fine, but sometimes they just look really old.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Is it a case of you just don't want someone who's like kind of past it?
I just actually know what it is. I just don't have a thing for old guys. I just don't. I tend to
old man in the room.
Because is the age not in? Age is not in. Is in your looks and in your energy, right? Like the things you want to do. If you feel like there's more like to explore in life, or if you're just set in your ways, you come from work, you sit down, you put on the box, and that's it. Have your meal, and that's it. Don't do nothing. That to me is old. Do you know what I mean? But then there's certain guys who are old in mid-40s who are like young energy, young spirit, innit? Maybe they're not many, but
maybe they're not hot. Maybe that's why I don't like. I don't know. I don't know.
But I hear you.
I'm just not looking for 45. I really am looking for 43.
Like neither of you. Shach, how old are you?
37.
37.
See? I'm looking like.
And look at how old are you? Again?
You were at my birthday a couple of days ago. Come on now.
I know, but I can't keep up with all these ages and stuff.
I'm 43. Rude.
You look the same age. You don't look 43, but guaranteed, if I go on Hinge or any of those apps and I look for 40-year-old, I'm like,
But yeah, I've got young genes. So when I was 18, I looked like I was 30. So.
Oh my gosh, that's the same with me. It's weird.
But then also because
grown men.
Because of that, and then also when I look at a lot of my friends within my circle, we're all quite youthful. Like we spend most of our day talking about trainers and music and whatever. We're still within that mindset as much as we're taking care of like real life. That's not what controls us. Also, I don't like shirts and ties, so that also kind of keeps me in the t-shirt zone, which can keep you within your youth. Find a lot of men that you find that still want to be wearing a work shirt on a Saturday. Like, that's a problem. But it's for me. See the age thing. It's not about the physical age. It is about the mentality. Yeah. So I met someone about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Didn't know her age and she wouldn't tell me her age. Turns out she's 9 years older than me.
Wow.
But nothing about her told me that. And it wasn't until we went out somewhere and every DJ in the place who looked like your uncle was talking to her. And I was like, how do you know all these, man? And then she's like, I went to school with that one, went to school with that one, went to school with that one. I'm like, wow, how old are you? Yeah. When she dropped it on me, I was like, oh, okay. Wasn't expecting it. But then with my missus is 8 years younger than me. And when we go out together, we look the same age. But there are definitely differences in our experiences, our colloquialisms, and just different things. And as someone who is 8 years older than her, I find sometimes I have to kind of let her enjoy her youth and not kind of tell her, like, sit down and put some slippers on and be quiet. Like, go enjoy your youth. And like, I enjoyed mine. I've been where you've been. Enjoy it. So it's yeah, it's definitely about the person, because nothing about her is childish, but she definitely has more youth than I do, and more experiences to encounter. So yeah, it's yeah, that unless you're Marcus Houston or R. Kelly, because them two man there, like that's when it becomes a problem. Like someone told me today that they found out that their brethren, who is 53 years old, is married to someone who just had her 30th birthday. And they've been together 5 years. I'm like, you're legally old enough to be her father and son. Like, there's something about that that's just, it's not right.
It's not right in our heads. It might work for them, but in
For me, it's
a bit. It doesn't quite work, but I wouldn't say it's not right across the board. I think if it works for them, and if they go through their whole life and it works, then who am I in it? It worked. You know what I mean? It worked. But in my thinking, it's like, oh, that's a big gap in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, just keep it moving.
my thing is with that situation, so the 50 and the 30, it's not even that it's nasty. It's just, it feels to me like you're stealing someone's youth, or you're trying to grasp someone's youth. Like at age 25, what do you really have in common with someone who's 45 years old, other than the fact that they went to school with your dad? Like, there's like life experiences, things that you like, there's no, I don't feel like you can't sit down and go, whoa, a tune comes on. I remember this when I was like, it's not happening.
That's a big problem for me. I've dated somebody 8 years younger than me. And I was wanting to talk about, I used to really love jungle music and old school music. I don't understand. I want to play it and they'll be like, what's this? And I'm like, well, it's music I like. I need to, because imagine if we got married, I need to hear my music. But you won't understand.
Yeah.
That's not work.
That's massive for me. That
me
I fear that big time. Like if I was to date someone who's like a lot younger, I like old school tunes, and I like to be able to share that with my partner. And if we can't share that together, it's a bit mad for me. Yeah, I mean, it feels like a loss if I can't share, like you said, jungle and tutu, old school reggae and rare grooves, and if I can't do that, it's a little bit of a loss.
See, because rare grooves is really before my time, but I grew up on it, and I love it. So somebody 5 or 8 years younger than me is just not going to understand at all.
Nah.
There's that. There is that. And like I said, sometimes like the whole, so the Marcus Houston thing, like,
what happened? I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I'm not really clued up.
You don't know?
So
okay.
He's 38 and he just married a 19-year-old.
Oh.
And he's been dating her for 3 years before that.
3 years, yeah.
Wait, no, hold on. So he's been dating her since she was 16.
He's been dating her since she was 16, 17?
Oh.
It's like, with that, that's a child. That's your daughter. Like, he's got kids. Like, she could probably have gone to school with your children. Like, let her live her life. Enjoy her being. Like, that's not for you. It's not for you. It's like same way when you see them old man trying to wear that young boy clothing. That's not for you. Let the young boys enjoy that. It's not for you.
It's not.
It's a stretch G.
Listen.
No, I've been really ageist.
Stretch jeans in the big belly. Stretch jeans in the big belly.
You know when you see there's a meme of a dog. I don't know if it's a puppy, but it's a small dog.
I've seen that.
And it's got the pot belly and the little legs, and it's guys over 30. I think it should say guys over 40 or guys over 50.
Yeah.
Stretch jeans in the pot belly, and I'm like, oh my god, I can see it. That's so perfect.
I saw it in Pioneer's Dance the other day.
But yeah, it's for me personally, it's the legal part of it is it's illegal. Like if you're messing with girls under a certain age, it's illegal. But then also like it's the mental thing of it. Like you as an older person have a certain mind hold over someone younger than you. Why would you go and put that on someone? That's control. Like you need to be in control, because there's something about women your age that you can't communicate with on that level. So you now need to go and find a child who will put up with all of your foolishness and take every word that you say as gospel. Right.
I'd actually be really intrigued to sit down with them and have a conversation and just see how they flow together
See
in
what
their
they really
space. I'll be very intrigued actually. 19 and 38. That's literally half the age, like double time. It's like, woo,
My daughter's
okay.
21.
Jeez.
Yeah. Hi, Mum. Sorry, your mum's just arrived. Changing conversation.
That's true. What she said.
Some women not grown with fathers and are looking for
some women. I've seen that. Yeah,
that's true. I didn't grow with mine.
I've seen that.
That is, and that's one of the key
I'm
things.
trying to run away from that.
Because I'm sure, Shach, you've heard this, like growing up, like you'll meet girls and like they'll be, oh, you're too young for me. I need a man who did it, and you're like, I'm 6 months older than you. Yeah, I'm like 6 months older than you at minimum. Like, I remember meeting someone when I was 30 who was like 29, telling me that maybe in 5 years' time, I'm like, our age gap's still going to be the same. I was just like, you know what? Clearly, you're not right up here. Let me avoid and be happy. There's a lot of broken people out there in the world.
Agreed.
Which is what this whole thing's about, really, isn't it? Like what you bring from the past into your present. Don't bring none of your madness with you.
Therapy.
Yeah, therapy's good. I was against therapy, but I actually believe in it now.
No, I believe.
Oh, you was against it? Wow.
Yeah.
I had someone on a girl called Stephanie who's a therapist, and we were speaking about like preparing for love and stuff like that, and she knows a lot about like mother wounds and father wounds and stuff, and she was talking so much about that. And that episode, I got so many messages, like people were like, wow, like she said some stuff, and you know, like, so I feel like everyone should just get a check up. Do you know what I mean? Just
where the government should introduce it.
Yeah, it's definitely important.
Get a therapist.
Yeah, I definitely want to go. Just to see where I can become more cool. There might be stuff I'll be like, oh, okay. I see it.
I know the things. I know the things. I just need to talk it through with someone. I know the things. I've identified what they are. I just need to have a chat with someone about them.
Yeah, and that's the same thing I was saying about having that person you bounce your madness off when you go and burn down a bridge. You need that. That's therapy within itself. Talking to a good, decent person who can tell you, no, actually, this here is your problem, not their problem. Like that's therapy within itself. And then to have someone who's completely devout of it and doesn't know either one of you and doesn't care about either one of you, like I'm all for it, especially when you're trying to build something better. Because as you know, our generation aren't of the generation of let's stay together forever like our parents and grandparents might have been. Like my grandfather wasn't a nice man to my grandmother, but they stayed together until the day that he died. And like that's something that we don't have. Like we got that out option for everything. Like this ain't working for me. See you later.
I think that's what me and Shah are looking for.
Can't spell properly. See you later. We've got that.
My grandparents are still together.
Mine.
I got that.
70 years.
Mine were together to the very end, both sides.
Yeah.
And I think
mine are 90 and still together.
It's like, you know, we see older couples online that been married for all these millions of years, and we're like, oh, couple goals and all the rest of it. But we don't know how much madness they put up with and stick through it. I think we're quick to move on. So I don't really, to be honest, I actually still don't know whether you should stick it out and fight through things or just move on. I'm still torn on that.
I think it depends on what the things are and what your breaking points are.
You see, like when you're typing,
the same thing with my daughter.
Jesus, they tried to. Two guys tried to come and chirp me and my mum.
Don't worry.
When was
my daughter?
When was this? Was it recent?
Trying to chirp me. She don't know.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Was this recent? Because I'm enjoying Mummy's new hair at the moment. Like,
I think my mum needs a break from social media. All these.
Don't listen to her, Mum.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. No, that's my takeaway. Yeah, definitely hold some therapy. Don't be so petty, because as you get older, as you get older, pettiness becomes pointless.
Yeah.
Like in my younger days, I could be petty for fun. As I said, at the grand old age of 43, I'm willing to put up with a lot more than I ever would have, and willing to work through things because, like I said, I've got my little girl, and because she's so much more because she's a little girl, I don't want to be leaving her out in this world for her not to have me as an example. So it's like you're willing to work with more than you would. Just in general, as you get older, like I'm tired.
Yeah.
I want to go back out in the club. I don't want to be back out in the club. Talk about what you saying. Sorry, what?
Back out in the club. No. I don't want to do it again either. Like that whole meeting somebody new, learning somebody new.
Got my stretch jeans on with my big belly. Like,
We've done Twitter 81. Wow.
Wow. 81 on Twitter, yeah.
Wow. Go Dad.
I'm looking at the time.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Coming to a close. I think we've had some really good convo, different views, etc. I don't think any of us have changed any of our views. I think we're just sticking, But yeah, it's
pretty level-headed here.
I think we've had some good. Oh no, mine said, "Do you know how long it took me to type?" Have you seen that meme where it says, and it says, right, so mum, and it's got typing.
Yeah.
All she said was hi. But it's typing for time.
Yeah.
Oh man. Therapy is so essential, and you have to make sure you're on the same page about it. You go together. Yeah. Ruth says, "Can we have this panel back, please?" Oh, that's nice.
Yes, you can.
That's a nice. We need some good subjects, guys. I know somehow I've managed to come up with subjects every week, but I am open to suggestions.
Cool.
And I've got a lot more friends that I'm trying to drag on here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not going to run out of people. This is Shach.
Yeah, no, she's not going to run out of people ever.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people to keep going, and I try and keep it mixed. Relationship subjects are always interesting. Like, people are always interested, but I want to mix it so it's a bit of personal development as well, a bit of relationship stuff. We like the tea and everything.
Yeah, I'm here for the tea always,
guys. So yeah, hopefully next week, what I do want to speak about is money.
Oh, cash.
I want to speak about money, but I'm
wrong side of payday. Sorry.
I'm still
on the right side of payday. I'm on the right side of it.
I think there's what's the date? Yeah, I'm far away from payday, so
I'm far away from it, but I'm still working on the last one. It's good times.
Yeah, that's a good thing about this quarantine situation.
Money last.
Me and Amazon have been real.
Yeah, listen. If you know the deliveries that are on my bed right now, if you know the pile of deliveries.
No, you're exactly that. I've got a bag of refunds. My mum keeps saying, like, "Are you not taking them?"
I know I did my refunds yesterday, but I got new deliveries today. Like, quick to them.
You're welcome, Ruth. Glad it was therapeutic.
Yeah.
Well, guys, hopefully we can come back again and find some more juicy stuff to talk about. It's been amazing, Carli, Jimmy, Shach. Enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Episode 15.
Yeah, I'm going to do mum stuff now.
The most consistent I've been in a very long time. And I will see you all next week, same time.
Good seeing you guys.
Good chat.
Later.
Do you disconnect?